digitalization of information. I've had DJ and Madam here taking, and also Mwalimu taking us through the various spheres how we have moved to the digital world. So you can see government or public entities are supposed to proactively disclose information. This is, you give information without anybody asking. If I want any information about Ministry of Information, I go to their website and I find the information provided. Information on the name of the organization, their vision, their mission, the organizational structure, if I want to complain, salary scales, all those information you find on the websites. That is proactive disclosure. Then there's the other aspect, what we call reactive disclosure, where you request for information from an entity. So an entity is supposed to provide this information to you. The other third obligation of public entities is on record management. All records are supposed to be up to date. And when you're talking about the digital record and the physical record are supposed to be at par. They should not be contradicting each other. Then there's an issue of protection of whistleblowers. We know who whistleblowers are. We know who whistleblowers are. Most journalists are whistleblowers. Is that true? Okay, who is a whistleblower? Okay, whistleblower are those individuals who disclose information in public issues of governance issues of corruption, issues that touch on health. Do you remember during COVID pandemic, how many vaccines were there? There are several vaccines. So some particular vaccine ulikuwa nasikia hiyo kitumia nini inafanyika, then become important. Yes? Colleagues are saying they can have irregular monthly periods. Tunakumbuka hiyo ilikuwa vaccine gani? Okay, mlidungwa COVID. Mlidungwa vaccine gani? AstraZeneca, hiyo tulisema ni masafa. Alafu kulikuwa na nyingine ya wadosi kwa inaitwa Sputnik. Kulikuwa na Sputnik, si ndio? The Sputnik, then there was Johnson & Johnson, then there was Moderna. So, such an information where someone is saying, when I take vaccine ukidungwa, it can cause infertility. That is information that needs to be given in public interest. Because now the public needs to know, ikidungwa hii Pfizer. Si tulikuwa tunaenda kanisa tunaambiwa nini? Kanisa lituambia nini? Unajua kanisa ni mbili. Kuna kanisa ya Friday Saturday, kuna kanisa ya Sunday. Nasema kanisa ya Sunday. Sio ni kanisa ya Friday. Kanisa ya Sunday tulikuwa tunaambiwa tusi. Kanisa ya Friday Saturday walisema hata wakifunga tuta. Okay. Unajua sisi tunaenda hizo kanisa zote tunajua. But anyway, that is information in public. So what is the information that cannot be provided? We've said this is not an absolute right. There's information that can't be provided. Number one information is private information. If I come and ask, I want, let's assume this is a school and I want to know the health status of every person. Will you give me that information? Yes? Will you give me? Yeah, you can't give me because it's private information. Your health status is confidential information. Another information that can't be provided is information that touches on what? That touches on national security. When you're seeking for information from the government or a state office, when they feel that it touches on national security, they will not provide that information. The other information that can't be provided is information that, for example, in professional setups, I always hear journalists say, I cannot divert my source. Tunasema hivi. Sasa hata kufikiria nikaa kuna source. Yeah? Unakuwa na wakati tu inakuwa defense, but cities, that is a privilege information. When you ask, give me your source, who gave you this information, you can't provide that information. Or for example, an advocate, as I am, is asked to give information about their clients. Those are what we call advocate-client confidentiality.
I'll need to move to the next person.
No problem. I realized that Jake time was that because the questions needed me to dissect some of these issues. Just give me 2 more minutes and be done. The other is, so the other information that can't be provided, that's it, that is national security. We all know about inventions. People come up with inventions. And when I was making my past remarks, I said, there are working areas, issues of intellectual property. You come up with an invention, someone imitates. It could be music. Kuna pale mambo za copyright. Unasikia mtu anasema hizo beats ni zangu. Sisi tunapanga leo maneno. Juzi Sauti Sol walisema nini? Sauti Sol during the campaigns. They lodged a complaint against Azimio for using their song, Wembo. And what did you people do? You unfollowed them. Yet, it was the Azimio team used their song without their authority. So there are those information that someone would want to know information about your, maybe an invention you come up with. Hii tulikuja leo. Mbwembo is a very nice song. Beat yake ni mzuri, sivyo? Si tunajua Mbwembo. Mbona mnajifanya mjui? Na tumeestablish nini watu wa kanisa ya Royal. So when you get that beat, someone wants to know how did you come up with this beat. You can't give that information because it is limited. So that, ladies and gentlemen, in a gist, that is what is called access to information and obligations of the government. Probably, given the next session, I'll talk about something he has mentioned that we need to dissect, what we call what is public interest. So that I can give the other panelists an opportunity when I get time and also dissect on public interest and access to information.
Okay, let's appreciate Mr. Frank. So if you're joining us at this moment, we are on the Universal Day on Access to Information here in Uasin Gishu County. This is our engagement today, this afternoon. We are now live on Facebook. Yeah, I think we've sent the link to several other people in case you need, but you are here. Do you need the link? You are live here, Cindio? All right, thank you so much. I saw my friend Simwa also and Mutai K24, they joined us. So Madam Alice, karibu sana, role of the ministry in advancing access to information.
When talking about the role of the ministry, we all agree that we may not be there yet, but we are heading there. You've seen our minister launching public Wi-Fi in various public institutions. This is because we are saying we've got digital. But there are some people who can't access the internet. So we are also widening the space so that many people can also access those services digitally. We also saw the president launching the e-citizen. Yes. Nowadays you can just log in and get services from the e-citizen portal. Yeah. And then we also have public communication officers in each and every ministry. Those are the ones also who advise, because you see information is also very key. Like you say, you can't release just any information. You need to communicate to people. So we have those people who also interact with the public in giving the information. Then we also have KNA. We report on government, like I said before. We also get this from Wananchi. And then in the course of reporting, we are all in the county. Like now we are here in Eldoret. Something happens here in Eldoret. Like to say, let's say it's a crime story. Who do we go to? You are training as a reporter. Now you are going to maybe even in our class. Something has happened there, it's a crime. It will be good to confirm the story. You are reporting on the opponent, wala wamekuita. Na unapoona ndio huyo amechapwa na wengine. And then we need to confirm it. What I'm saying, we also need to go to our authorities. Kama ni crime, please don't report without going for confirmation from the police. Don't declare a person dead until a doctor has declared that person dead. And that is why we need these authorities. They also provide the information we need in doing our stories. And in doing so, you also protect yourself. When we're talking about defamation, you just say somebody is that. Who said it? Akikupeleka kotini, utakutana na hao the lawyers and they watakuconfuse matter. And for real, you've already made a mistake because you have somebody and you fail. You may be a thief, but wait for the court of law to declare him a thief. So we are making strides. Then we have websites with all ministries. We may not have all the information, but at least we have the basics. And from there you can find your way. Very soon, most of you will be going for those internships. Kama ni kitambo, you have gone to Nairobi to apply. But now you just need to go to the public service portal and just apply. You upload your certificates and wait for them to contact you. Yeah, we may not be there, but sitting at that even at that or 1,000 steps.
Okay. Thank you very much. And like she just said, hata kama umeona mwizi amepigwa na uende na usipidia kwambie it is not there, hiyo story imekufia hapo. Yeah, so don't go writing stories without verifying. Okay, the authority has to verify that story, or else mtaanza kuvurutana wakwambie ulisikia wapi. Sawa? All right, so mwalimu, nyinyi sasa ndio mko na the real burden. These guys need to know where they're heading to in this digital era, how you are trying to transform them in line with what is happening. By the time some of them finish, things would have changed. Wanafika hivi kwa studio wanakutana, na hii naye ni gani hatu kusoma? Because if you look at the big book ile broadcast journalism, it had a lot of things zenye huko nje ukikuja hakuna. So things are changing. The syllabus is changing. Saizi mmepewa NEC. Our days we were given a ICM and city and guilds. Saizi mko na NEC na? Yes, unaona, everything is changing. So as you go out, remember things are transforming, so you also need to transform. But I don't know how you are doing it as teachers.
Okay, thank you. One, as you have said, the times are changing. Technology is in. And so our training also has to also change. In some of the law classes of things, we start and say that the laws that were protecting the media when colonialists were here are not the same law protecting the media today. Over the period of time, we have had changes that others have also shared. So the laws that are coming in are also coming in new laws every now and then, depending on what is coming up. The inventions that were there, let's say in copyright, let's say 5 years ago, may be debatable today if somebody were to infringe on those laws today. So the role of the institution basically first is to train as the students on the media and access to information is not an exception. Secondly, we also have to review our curriculum over and over again, basing on what we are having currently in the society. For the latest change in the curriculum, we are having CBET curriculum.
competency-based professional training curriculum. Some of our students today have already enrolled for that. 5 years ago, we were having others. It is 5 years ago since we had the KICD examined by MEC, and we are phasing it out. So we are going to have another curriculum by CBET. So when this curriculum by CBET comes into play, it also has to have these changes coming in brought by the public, brought by the various stakeholders, brought by technology and many other spheres. Also, as institutions, we also have to reach out.
Send me 500. Lakini hizi pesa zinaona na ukweli. Tuke aje tuisiwe ukweli. Send me to get it. No, it's better than kulipa kesho asubuhi na saa 6 usiku. Au hiyo jana. But if it's your friend, find out. Call that person fast. Anyway, always verify any information on websites. Always verify any information on from the organizations. Find out if it is true or false before you even spread the information. All right, I am now on your side. I want to find out wakati wako na maswali. There's one hand there, and then Noel has a hand here. There's a hand katikati. There's a hand behind. Rambo is here. So can I start from behind? Nikikuja mbele. So you just ask your question. You have 60 seconds to put your question so that we save time, and then we put in the questions. Let me start with the Rambo, then I come that side.
Something we have not done this before. Saizi tunaendaji mchakato unapata most media houses publish information without the time to read trade. But now this one in this way. Somebody anapiga picha somewhere, something is happening, alafu unapata more than 2 media houses share that information. And in fact, this imekuwa ikifanyika sana huko, wana share information, alafu after some few minutes wanajibu wanasema sorry, we have not verified this information before publishing it. So this video ilituma kabla ya verify. Now, who are they wenye wana control hiyo mambo ya the video gani nafanya gani haifai? Secondly, kuna tabia fulani ambao wana media tunakuwa nayo. Are we allowed to take somebody's picture bila consent yake ama kama mkataa? Kwa sababu nimefanya niulize swali, wana media wengi wanapitia shida pale nje, where unakuja una feeling somebody tafadhali usichukue nini, usichukue picha, alafu mwana media anaendelea, alafu kidogo unasikia kofi, alafu unasikia akitembea akisema unapiga mwanahabari, utaona. So that's what I'm asking for. Is it allowed?
Right. Thank you so much. So Rambo is one of our community members around, so they need to know kama you can take a picture anyhow. Of course, what media leo naona sana, and I'm sure the questions are asked, maybe Madam Alice, you can also answer that. Alright.
Good evening, my name is David Ananda. I think I'm also with staff translation. So I'd like to ask, okay, we have had an issue with, I think the government tending to somehow refer to the media as the media. I would like to know if the media needs to be siding with the government or it needs to be opposing some of the changes or whatever is happening in the country.
Yeah. Who would you like to answer that question?
I think that one.
So, did you get the question? Yes,
you said the government refers to?
Yeah, some instances whereby you can go, okay, if they can go an instance, the one time had an issue with the students, the CS of church, referring to the nation media as the very media. So, is it, okay, is the media, okay, does the media need to be siding with the government, or at one time it needs to be opposing, or when is the media need to be to address the government on one issue and on which perspective?
Okay. All right. This side, these places mnaharibu ilikuwa tumeweka nafasi ya kupita katikati.
Actually, my question was just on the president. There was a link that was going through the state on how to apply to that president. But unfortunately, when we click it right now, it is not going through. I was just asking how are you going to help us success those, because a wise man once says, my brain on your best mistake.
Which wise man is that? And for a wise man, I'm saying my brain on your best. So, you are unable to access website. Really? Where is the camera? There was a link in the Media Council website, accreditation section. It's not working. I need to find out. Thank you. My name is Nico Bolling from IT College, and my question goes to the Office of the Ombudsman. We all understand that Chapter 4, Article 35 talks about access to information. So, what does the Commission of Administrative Justice do to that former Mwananchi in the village so that he or she can also be educated? Because you have said that hata mnyonge ana haki, and yet we all know that justice delayed is justice denied. So how is the Commission reaching that former Mwananchi in the village? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome back to the question. All right, there was Kitisha pale. Karibu nafika kwa macho.
Yes, my name is Alan Tobias. My question goes to Madam. As you have told us that in case of anything, you need to consult first before you take the news. What about I'm working as a reporter in the radio station? Then breaking news has come to the media house. I've been sent out as a reporter. And somebody who consult that story is not there. And I have an evidence. I've recorded using my camera. When he or she takes me to the court, and I have my evidence. Is that still a case? He will sue me, or I will win that case.
Okay, so nani mimi alikuwa amenokona huko, yeah, then I go to Madam Noela as we come this side.
I think my question goes to both Madam Alice and Mr. Frank. My question is, how is journalism developed in the two organizations, that is the Office of the Ombudsman and the Transparency International, in terms of job opportunity?
Yeah, communications department. Most of us hang around media houses. You don't know that we have a communications department in this organization. So, all right.
I think it's good afternoon, everyone. My name is Noela Sako. I am a trainer at the Eldoret National Polytechnic. My question goes to all panelists, you included, except Mr. Hela. So, as Mr. Hela said, we are moving the CP2. That is a government directive starting September, which we have already enforced. I was even rushing to pick my boss's call who was asking me, umeongea na wapi? Meaning, CBET introduced something called reward training, whereby I was only 3 terms when they holiday attachment. They have changed today. My class for 1 month, they took me for 1 month. I really found 1 month. And me and you are both training these students so that the industry is satisfied with what they are doing. I am satisfied as a teacher. How willing is an organization, your organization, to take first year after 1 month, akuje umfunze tena for 1 month, tena arudi kwangu 1 month. Thank you.
Okay, so there are changes happening. They have just happened today. I'm sure now all the teachers need to know that. Yeah, so they are engaged in like 5 years.
And remember, with the CBET curriculum, it's BBM mwanafunzi because we are CBCs. It is until you're competent. Hakuna cha marks. Not competent, competent is. afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
I'm Martina from Prudence College of Media. My question goes to all the panelists. How do we safeguard freedom of expression and access to information? Another one is like particularly to what people issues, alafu the songs vile umesema wana own copyright their songs. So for how long does the copyright give someone a chance to use, and the other one the song this expression like mtu akipewa hiyo song atumie hiyo copyright like it lasts for how long? Alafu we've got refugees in our country. Like I wanted to know like are they given a chance for access to information like other Kenyans because most of the times like sionani sana kwa internet, so I think they're not.
So copyright, Mr. Amanda, wewe unaelewanga vitu za copyright.
Yes.
So you want to ask the question ama wewe utajibu?
No. Mimi nina swali la kuuliza.
Lakini wewe utamjibu ya copyright.
Nimejibu.
Hiyo time imefika.
Sawa.
Sasa waweza swali lako kwa.
Habari zenu. Kwa hivyo naitwa Omar Job, manager wa Eldoret College of Media, na nina swali moja kwa Madam Alice pamoja na wakili. Kuna swali ambalo hapa linasema kwamba kabla upeane taarifa lazima udhibitishe. Na rafiki yangu pale Juma to akasema kwamba ikiwa wenye mamlaka watakataa kudhibitisha hiyo story huo hivyo. Na mimi nauliza, kwa hivyo sababu umejipata kwa hii scenario ambapo unapata wananchi wamekuwa na vurugu na polisi. Unapata kwamba polisi wameweza kuua mtu na nimeshuhudia ameuawa, na hao polisi ndio bado inatakana wadhibitishe na wamekataa. Mwili umebebwa umepelekwa hospitalini, daktari anatakana adhibitisha kwamba mtu huyo ameaga dunia, lakini amekataa kwa sababu waliohusika ni polisi. Kwa hivyo Madam Alice, assume sasa wewe ni editor wangu ambaye umenituma kwenye uwanja na unataka ile taarifa, na kwa sababu wamekataa kudhibitisha, wanasema kwamba hiyo story sasa ni uongo, na wewe unataka ile taarifa, kufuatana na wewe nitakuwa nimetenda haki, na bwana wakili wacha tuongee kama sasa ni wale nani different sasa. Hiyo sasa nitakuwa nimetenda haki kwa huyu mwathiriwa ambaye ameuawa pamoja na familia yake. Asante.
Okay. Just to remind you, there's a time we went to cover some shootings around the parole, and those jamas were gunned down, and one of them was arrested and taken to the police station. We followed the cameras. He was still alive very well. After 5 minutes, alitolewa nje, he was dead, and people huko ndani akatolewa kama amekufa. And the OCPD said all the 5 died, and their colleague also died from the wounds he sustained to the other side. Hebu andika story yako sasa tusikie. Yes, as we come this side.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. I'm Aaron Chula from Eldoret College of Media. My question goes to Usman. Let's say, for example, a certain thing is already declared by the government as a crime. In terms of what was happening in Shakawa, there in Kilifi, will it be possible we as journalists to go there and seek information as a public interest? Thank you.
Okay, that's right.
Okay, good evening. I'm Abed from the Eldoret National Polytechnic, and I would like to pose a question to the office of the Ombudsman. Kumaliza training tutaenda kwa page. Na definitely tutakuwa habari. But experience has seen where the death rate of journalists is very high. Wanakufa kwa haraka sana. Na si mauaji ya kawaida wameuliwa. But now here we have seen harassment, the freedom of the press, tunaona wanahabari wakisindakiwa, and some other sort of things when they are in the field. So what is the action of what is the office of the Ombudsman wamechukua hatua gani kuhusu hiyo, because also they are human beings na sasa tunaona wao ndio wanyonge kwa sasa. Thank you.
Okay? And meanwhile, as they get the question, Jamo or Simo or someone, I'm going to. I thought you could also assist in answering some of these questions. So you guys have been in the field for all this while. You should tell us how you're surviving out here. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Zoom, I would like to commend you for calling upon our female panelists. And it's so good for female students and also people like me. And I'm hoping that upon your success will get and you don't have to place it. Alright, my question to Mr. Frank Ilongwe. I'm sure many of us are wondering why the word of this man. And also my question to Madam Alice. You told us about how traditional journalism sounded. So how has this been like adjusting to digital journalism over the years?
Okay, thank you so much. All right, there's one very funny watching. Then I just give them time to respond so that it's going to be easy. So, there were so many questions asked here. I thought maybe you would respond to that. And we'll go on and consult the point. Yes.
Thank you very much, as I address this question to Madam Sitebea, as we celebrate the International Information Access, benefiting one of the sustainable development of information access across the digital platform. But one of the greatest problems that we face is the problem of misinformation. One, the problem that you can understand being that you work for much years is editorially you have the power to change information the way you want to select even a political party. In that case, we experienced during we had people crying to media stations and many other persons. So, what I want to ask, the digital space has changed the way people consume information because you don't know on which information to rely. We was talking about the applied website that is of the press that is well the president, but he was not sure on which to verify of which is true and which one is not the true. People had to choose. During that time of election, we were choosing on which TV to watch that was suited my best. If it is a TV, I choose that is benefiting me. Am I in bank behind our citizen? So how is this going to be prevented in the near future? Thank you.
All right, thank you. And someone watching us live from our Facebook is in Baringo. Amesema I'm calling from Baringo County, loud and clear. My question to young people of Wasindishu County, what are you doing to be informed instead of waiting for the government and politicians to inform you? And on top of what is our role in utilizing our social media platforms to be informed and create opportunities to others? So they're actually asking, what is your role in trying to get information yourselves instead of waiting to be fed information by politicians? So he's also giving a recommendation that let's have change of mindsets, and thanks to all the stakeholders here. That is someone watching us from, that's called it Simbo anyway, watching us from Wakobaringo. Okay?
My name is Nico Collins again, and my question basically goes to Madam Alice. I was asking if KNA gives out attachment because I'm almost done with my education, because some of my attachment before me.
Now there are Marco, so so if you go to the Marco, it's okay because that's where our station is. So yes, you had a very funny parents. This person I'm hearing from a lady from the so it says it's another as I come to you now for the responses.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ruth from ICS College. And my question goes to Madam Alice. So I'm asking if this privacy laws applies to investigative freelancing.
Okay, Madam Alice, I hope I may answer. So thank you so much. I will be back for another round of questions, depending on some of the questions when they answer utapata tulishajibu whatever you are thinking. Some of them are like almost related, so you can fuse them into one, and then we should be able to answer them. Then we shall see if time will allow them, we should be able to proceed. If not, they have their contacts, you can always invite them to our respective institutions. No, ulikuwa na a barricade of questions. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Unverified information. I'll answer this question this way. There are regulatory bodies that regulate every profession. When you come to media, with the Media Council, if I have a complaint against a journalist, I take it to the Media Complaints Commission. And if indeed even the government itself is the Ministry of Information. And there are other entities that have been set up to deal with matters. If you publish and verify the information, remember everybody has a right. And we say the one for information is not absolute. So you're supposed to publish accurate information. So if you publish information that is not accurate, you are actually violating the access to information rules. So if you do that, something has to will be taken to the relevant entities. A complaint can be lodged with the relevant entities. When you are on the question of taking a picture without a consent, it is there is a right of protection, data protection. And TJ mentioned about the Office of the Data Protector. And the Data Protector has come up with some guidelines when it comes to some of these issues. You've seen recently, when I started, I asked you, mumeona kuna club ambayo walipe some amount of money for violating the data. All I can give, or all I can advise you is, in such an instance, number one, you can complain to the Office of the Data Commissioner. And that the Office of the Data Commissioner is going to intervene in your matter. Number two, if you come and complain to the Ombudsman office, we have a role in referring complaints to the relevant entities. So we refer that complaint to the Office of the Data Commissioner. So it's upon the Data Commissioner to look into the matter. If they are satisfied, because for me, if anyone is to take your picture, despite the notice that TJ was mentioning, clubs are adopting, you have to give consent. Consent is either in writing or verbal. So when you are saying ukiweka kitu kama hiyo kwa what is it called, kwa entrance ya hiyo club leader,
what 1,000?
That's 1,000. Okay, that's 1,000. When you notice, how many people are you sure wameona? But if you feel that it has been violated, you need now to complain. And that brings me to the question you don't ask before I come today. You don't ask me about the role of CAJ. CAJ has various roles in promotion of access to information. Number one, if you feel that you've been denied information, or your right of access to information has been deprived, you can bring a complaint to us. And when you bring a complaint to us, it is free of charge. We don't charge you for that particular action. We also do have a role in sensitization, like what we are doing right now. We do sensitization to citizens so that they can also know about their role, their rights under the access to information. We also do have partnerships. For your information, we have partnered with the Media Council and we published a guide, I think I will share with the organization. There's a guideline on access, a journalist guideline handbook on access to information. We'll share with your lecturers and for the organizations that they can also assist you. Such that when you want to request information, how do you go about it? And mostly this one is ongoing. There's a name was talked about investigative. Although that question was not directed to me. When you're doing investigative journalism, you know that one needs a lot of information requests to public entities. So that handbook will guide you, especially on doing investigative journalism. The other way we do it is we do trainings. We actually are mandated to train public entities. So most of these government entities, we train them on complaints handling and also access to information. You will see that institutions have come up with access to information modalities to enable citizens access information held by them. David asked the role of media in giving of the issue of the media. But what is the that for me is just a symbol. I think Githeri is a nutritious food. So when someone says Githeri media, for me, I think like, yeah, media giving the feed us, it is nutrition. Media needs to ensure that they give us the, so we feed from the media. So when you're giving us information, it's supposed to be accurate, verified information. But I know the context that people normally say, Githeri media is promote something that is negative, isn't it? Ama kuonyesha incompetence. That is what is connoted. So the media has a role in ensuring that you uphold the rule of law. Media is a stakeholder in protection of human rights. So you have to report. If it's reporting, there is no way you'll report something that is not accurate. Even if it touches on the government, there is a segment in Nation, NTV, every Monday. Smith, there's something they normally highlight when the government has done something. I don't know what it's called. But you will see when you always call out the government when it has done something wrong. When Moses Kuria tried to attack, what did Moses Kuria say, isn't it? I come up on a Kisimago, Chimba, and he was called that. The media called him. So there's no way for democracy to be upheld, and access to information is promotes democracy and transparency and accountability. So the media has to play that role to ensure that the citizens are informed. When media goes to bed with the government, then I think we are doomed as a society. Is that a good presumption to make? For those of us similar opinions, say aye. Then aye is that it. So media has to play their role. Where government does that, just give the correct information. That is what I'm just highlighting on that. So don't sideline. Yeah, Malachi, organizations have various departments. Like our organization, we have a department that deals with communication and public education. So if you're interested in working with us, there is that department that normally. We also have opportunities for internship, attachments, so you just make your application to our CEO and it will be considered. So all organizations have communications department. Tusifikirie tu ukimaliza hapa ni lazima ufanye kazi kwa radio ama mainstream media. You can also work in government with the communications department, and even at governmental organizations, international organizations, there are various opportunities for journalists. You can even opt also to go into academia. So opportunities ziko. And that will also link with what Trainer Noela asked. Our organizations are willing, but I'm just a bit confused on that part. Okay, kwa first-year, alafu uje, tena uende, hapo ndio itakuwa ngumu kwetu. Itakuwa ngumu. Hapo itakuwa ngumu kwetu. But for us, we normally always have opportunities for attachments. We always have opportunities.
They even say no more attachments. Industrial
I would just say encourage the students to apply to our HR. Then if an opportunity, because now you see we can't take everybody, but opportunities are there, and I'm so sure we've had people who've been taken. Sasa hiyo I think tutavunjwa tueleza because those are people in the mediators, they will also explain to us, and then I think modalities will be put in place. But I'm just saying an attachment of 1 month. Sasa ukikuja hata kabla ujui kazi tunafanyanga aje ushaenda.
That's why it's called global training.
Hiyo inanikanganya mimi.
And it's for all courses.
I'm looking at now, I'm even looking at it personally.
So they are supposed to be sensitized on what it is.
What it is.
Yeah.
So then if you come to me for attachment on law as a legal attachment, I can't give you attachment for 1 month. And after it's an interesting thing. But when you say a lot of things are coming to my mind. Organizations can have those, those MOUs where you can decide, okay, how we can be working with, let's say, if it is ICS, there's a way they can have those MOUs with the books now and see how we can work towards betterment of that. But it's an interesting thing, even for us for now, like supervisors, or we can say bosses, then we also need to be enlightened of that. Makina, it's Makina. Makena. Sorry, Makina is a place in Kita. Makena. How do you safeguard freedom of expression at the GI? As I was already talking, I was explaining in my initial presentations. First is through sensitization. We've all agreed those are not absolute rights. We can see issues of shakaona. I think that is freedom of association. So that is freedom of association. So freedom of expression and AGI, you just have to ensure that you comply with what the law provides. And if you are at any doubts, always feel free to consult our office. Because the laws are there. If you are to safeguard freedom of expression, it has already been highlighted. Access to information, it is a right. It is a right, but there are modalities that have been put in place. So if you are seeking for information and you've been denied an information, for example, you can there's the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. Within media sphere, there are organizations that have helped protect the rights of journalists. And I think there was in Issue County Journalists Association. So, usiogope kulalamika. That is what I can encourage you. Now, for refugees, the Bill of Rights applies to Kenyans. So, are they Kenyans? No. So, the Bill of Rights applies to Kenya. But Kenya as a country has ratified what we call international instruments that form part. So it doesn't mean that because they are not Kenyans, we do not accord them human rights. Are we together to that point? So their rights are also protected. So it depends now what is this that maybe specific question will have about a refugee. Then we look at how to advise you on that. But bluntly, refugees, yes, they are not Kenyans, but under international instruments that we ratified, especially the UN Charter, which protects these refugees as human beings, human rights. So we have to uphold their human rights. Because a refugee, for example, is arrested by a police here, you would expect that they would be treated just like any Kenyan who has been arrested. But kama pelekwi kotini, you violated their right to justice. So they have a right to complain to us. Bwana Joe, nijibu na Kiswahili ama tuendelee na Kiingereza?
Uko sawa.
When I look at the question as of the analogy you gave of the example, someone amepigwa, okay, tunaweza sema amekufa juu sisi tumempigia, lakini kulingana na vile tunaona ni kama hapana. In that situation, if I'm in your situation, what I'll do, I'll bring this matter to the attention of IPO. So let IPOA do that work for you. So IPOA will investigate that police officer or whoever. Then this, if the findings is found, this person is found guilty, what will happen? They'll be prosecuted in court. And that one will help you in your case. So that when you're reporting this case, you will say it is IPOA. It is not you. It is the entity that has been charged with that responsibility. It is from their report that you are reporting. Or if it's from the Johnson and authorities, they are prepared to say according to the authorities. This is what happened. According to IPOA, the police officer did this and this and this. And that is what we are trying to say, because these laws have been set there. I'll give an example of that time. Allow me to just take it time. Kulikuwa na Masai Mara Hills. Mnakumbuka? Mara Hills. What happened? This individual, what was he doing? He whistled blue. Was it in good faith? I own you? No. It wasn't in good faith. If this individual would have taken that issue to EACC, then EACC would have taken action against, maybe to start the investigation and they found this, for instance, to be cancelled. Would it have felt natural, as opposed to a situation where Waika Mwara was the government alikuwa na because that was the story. That was the story we consumed. Was that the story we consumed? That was the story we consumed. Only for verifications to be done and Napatikana there, this was not. The list was not guilty. Remember, everybody has a right. Even if you accuse me, I also have a right to appear here. Yes? So you can't accuse me falsely without giving me an opportunity to be heard. No, those are fundamental rights of our citizens. And when you say rights that cannot be limited, number one is that. That is one right that cannot be limited. If you accuse me, you need to give me an opportunity to be heard. Okay? So those are some of the issues. So that you want to publish a story about a case, you need to give them an opportunity. That's why you see stories in the paper that say efforts to reach the so and so computer because a phone went and answered. Sinasema hivi. Okay, I'm saying give for me bado mjakuwa journalist. Okay, mkifika hapo unafahamu fine. The other thing will happen in such a matter through the office of the Director of Public Prosecution, an inquest will be done. If now let's say the police who shot and maybe investigations cannot establish who actually shot this person. There's this case recently, I can't recall, where they were saying that people are saying it's the police who killed someone. But when investigations are being done, they're saying the bullet was not the one that the police officer was given. So such a case, it means this person was killed, but we are not sure who killed. So normally the ODPP will come up with an inquest. An inquest will be done on that matter. For me, I will encourage you and tell you, you've already done your part in protecting or complying with the law. Because now, story now you do it, public stories, hey, I need a more. Lakini when the dust settles, someone comes close and complains against you at the Media Complaints Commission. Or much or someone institutes a defamation suit. And you in defamation suits, media houses are shying away from defending you. Is this defamation unaipataka wewe kivyako? There's a story about Kidero. Kidero, there was someone who I can't remember the exact story. And the story was defamed. And I think it was Nation Media. So Nation Media, what they did is what? They defended the, normally ukipeleka is a defamation itakuwa the media house and the individual journalists. Those will be the defendants. So Nation goes ahead to dismiss this staff first. He was dismissed. Watu wanamruka namwambia you failed to adhere to the policies, publication policies. So this person is on his own. So what happens? He never wins his case. So this journalist, can he pay the damages? The damages are in millions. So you can't pay the damages. Under the law, when you can't pay the damages, there's something we say you are committed to civil jail. So kidogo commits this journalist to civil jail. I don't have a jail for 6 months for failure to comply with an order. I think the journalist did around 3 or 4 months. So those are some of the issues that when you fail to follow the law in reporting, then it takes me to public interest. What my friend was saying about Malik was saying public interest. You said what has been reported by the public is not necessarily public interest. Because under the Access to Information Act, then I know when you allow.
Because they have classes in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, so we need to release them.
All right. Yeah. Unajua ukipatiwa nafasi ya kueducate lazima ueducate. So section 6 of the Access to Information Act, subsection 4, or subsection 4 and 5 will talk of what is public interest. Public interest is something that promotes accountability. So whatever you are saying, is it promoting accountability of public entities? If it's promoting accountability of public entities, that is a public interest. The other one is ensure that the expenditure of public funds is subject to effective oversight. We talk about what is recent is government to government, hii mambo ya mafuta. People are saying kuna vile pesa imetumika vibaya. If you're publishing such a story, it will be public interest. You can use that as a defense. Something that keeps the public adequately informed about the existence of any danger to public health. The example I was giving you about the COVID vaccines. Those are things that will be in public interest. So if you publish a story on that, you can defend yourself from public interest. And the last one is something that ensures a statutory authority with regulatory responsibility is discharging its functions. A statutory authority will be left to media council. You are putting them into to account about a particular thing they are doing. Yesterday there was something within our profession, the Council of Legal Education. Probably some of you have seen it on social media, where the staff were raising issues about their CEO. So they can use that, and that was being used as public interest. So they are saying it's like some officers are doing what? They are leading the examinations that students sit to become advocates. So those are some things we call public interest. But we will engage with that further. I think that one answers Hannah. It was Hannah. Crimes in seeking information in public interest. I've given you the parameters for public interest. So we are looking at Shakawana. That is something that can be in public interest. That's why you can see when journalists are not allowed in, I have issues with that. Because that is public interest. It is something in the interest of the public. But we can still engage on that story later. Protection of journalists, yes, I agree, we have role. The Constitution provides for several offices, including National Police Service. So if the role of the ombudsman, what we say, respect of the Constitution or constitutionalism, we have a role. Of course, with other entities, such that if a journalist has died, and this matter has been reported to the police, and they've not taken action, you have a right to come and complain to us, so that we can now ask the police, this report from this death or this matter, what action did you take? So that we give them, all entities are supposed to be accountable to the Kenyan public. Number one, because when you look at Article 1 of the Constitution, it says, we the people of Kenya give ourselves this Constitution, and we have donated our powers to this particular entity. So the police, their role is to do what? Fight crime and investigate senior. So if they are failed in their role, you can report to the relevant constitutional entities to ensure that they assist in getting accountability from the public institution. I hope that answers your question. But if you have other questions, usiogope kuniuliza takujibu. Ombudsman is a Swedish term. It means the public protector. So definitely for us we tweaked it to suit our Kenyan situation and say ofisi ya mtetezi wa wanyonge. Ndio maana tunasema hata mnyonge ana haki. Ni ofisi ya it is a Swedish term meaning the protector of the family. I think I've answered all the questions. If I've not answered your question satisfactorily, just blame it on the time. It's not me. It's hard. Lakini asanteni.
Asante. Let's appreciate Mr. It is not only answering the questions, but also giving it as a learning session. Sindio? So that you will meet these things as you continue. So just be on standby. Karibu Alice.
I think Mr. Ombudsman has answered most of the questions, but from the lawyer's perspective. And you see, they are custodians of the law. Yes. So, what he said, whenever we are going to report, accuracy, and accuracy. That is the most important. So that you don't go meeting in court. And I want to give a small story about have the evidence that this and this happened. I remember during the time of elections, during the campaigns, we used to talk so much about hate speech. And we attended a workshop with ODB. And we were asking them, you people, we see these people talking hate speech on TV. Why don't we just arrest them? I mean, we see them, just arrest them. And the ODPP told us, for those people to be arrested and to be convicted, it's a very lengthy process. You need to go with that camera you have. The one which took that the evidence or the clip to court and give evidence that this is not what was broadcast on media, but what the origin of that clip. You go with it to court. And we're asking ourselves, if I have to go to court, maybe I was reporting on a certain politician who is very popular. Nitasimama na yeye kotini. Who am I? But that does not mean that you can't do a story. You have that breaking news, things have happened, somebody has been killed. You will report this and this happened. And then you will say that I tried to get this information. Efforts to get the information were futile. Or maybe the OCPD will tell you this person died while just before we took him or whatever, You just say that, but this is what the OCPD said. At least that will show that you also contacted the OCPD. So that you just don't say it is you who said it. What sasa alikuwa ichukulia from them. Like I was watching yesterday's news, and I think I saw was before news, yes. You remember I think it was later one night who was giving a number of those people who are in prison. But I gave another number. You see, like I was saying, there were 70, I thought they were 57. And so you go with what the authorities have said. Because these are politicians, you never know their interest behind it. And then he says something very important. That you are holding your own. Don't die for a story or even that organization. Watakuruka, where will you go? And that is why we say, I ensure that whatever you write, that it is accurate. And then there is also another thing. Just because you're a journalist, don't think you go doing anything anywhere. Because you have a camera. Like you can't go to court and start taking you need to seek for consent. The same with the police station. Huwezi ingia kwa polisi uchukue picha utashikwa. You need to seek consent. Unajua, we also have this idea, maybe the report, I have this camera, so I have it. We don't come in it. I do you go. So please, whenever you are doing a story, whenever you are taking those pictures, the lecturer is here, he has taught you about the law, fuatilieni kabisa, otherwise utajipata. We are also talking of when you are doing a story, any story about the children, like you were saying, you're not supposed to show their pictures, you're not supposed to use their names, even rape victims, you don't use their names, you don't show their pictures. I think mostly was about that verification and the breaking news. Jaribu kabisa ushike any of the authorities, whatever amekwambia, use it in your story so that you make an attempt to do. No training, these are matters of policy. Na kama jana uliona the parliament wakisema hata hizi education reforms. Yes. So hizo wacha tuachie hao. Once we are through with it, they'll tell us what to do. Because for now, we don't know the thinking of the government. But that idea of mtu anasoma na anakuja you get to know what happens. I think that is even where the idea of internship for 1 year. Learn in school and what you do in the field, they are two very different. The transition, like in me, it has been very, I must say it is good, but you have to keep on toes. Whatever change that comes, is what a change goes with. What a change will finally. And for you people, I think it is even young, you have on you. I just want to give you a small story. I am in my church choir. And the other day we were putting a CD. Watu wakakuja na hiyo kamera showing we expected those big then we produced the CD and we went for those CDs. Kufika tunapata hiyo market imeisha. People are no longer buying those CDs. Ndio. Hata the machines zinacheza haziko sahihi. You see how technology is changing. Aya, tukasema tuweke kwa flash disk. Sasa tena tumeona people are going to YouTube better. So that is how the technology is changing. So be on those. Change kulingana na vile change na change. And then the media organizations are business and they report what they want to report. Well, ukiona hii haikusaidia unaenda kwa hii. But at the end of the day, the truth will always stand. I was covering the elections. Sisi zilikuwa zinahesabiwa the votes. And unapata media wanataka sauti kuweka. Nini? These are these zimefika hapa. Because they want you also to keep on watching the channel. Unajua media survives on advertising. So wanataka a lot of audience wapate. There's otherwise any media inaenda hapo. Your viewership, yes. Haitapata. I remember my boss used to tell us, wait until the returning officer announces the results. So you like he said, you always have to attribute and to quote somebody. And you are sure that whatever has been announced, you see, we also don't take it that. And that is where maybe the media council should come in and regulate such. Say hakuna investigative journalism, hakuna fellows. Kama unafanya investigative journalism, they share you do it. Now this one I know everybody is waiting for their time. And like I said, Kenya News Agency has offices in all 47 counties, and we also have offices in some sub-counties. So it doesn't matter where you come from. If you want an attachment with KNA, you apply to the department in Nairobi, Tumi House. Then your ID. You also have to apply for a press card from the media company. But we find that most students prefer going to this method. So it is good to apply for it or come and tell it at Patani Watumeji. At Soar we have an office. Nandi Hills we have an office. All over the country, just tell them I need this and this. If you go to Eldoret, Nakuru, really up to the but this is again, I can assure you. So apply and I want people to come to Eldoret market. There's so much important in Eldoret market.
Anaanza reporting na bandit. Okay, nimekumbuka. Mingi, two things.
The first one is Ella. She asked a question to everybody, to all the panelists here, about the use of copyright.
Copyright, yeah.
And the use, for how long does it last? So first, regulating what we call media convergence. I understand the context to which you are asking the question from. Regulating something called media convergence has been a challenge to very many spheres or environments. So if you, however, we have various entities or authorities that deal with various areas. What I mean in this is we have Kenya Films Classification Board. We have the Media Council of Kenya. We have the MCSK. We have other KPP, Kenya Industrial Property Board, and Kenya Copyright Board. So while you are using your media platform to reach out to the public, be it you are a content creator, or you are doing an online radio, or you are doing an online TV. If it's a TV, register with the relevant authorities, communication authorities again. From the Music Copyright Society of Kenya.